Everyone, we are currently in the year 2026, but there is already a massive question surfacing in national politics. What happens after 2028? Who will have control of the White House? Well, even though Election Day already feels miles and miles away, primary strategies, candidate choices, and electoral map planning are already happening right now behind closed doors. In today's episode, we're going to be breaking down the primary fields, the public figures who will not be running, and a complete state-by-state electoral college map prediction. And that's the end, a little wisdom from scripture to keep it in all perspective. Hello everybody, welcome back to the Will Talk Show. I'm your host, Will Begley, and if you want to support the show, take a second right now to go and hit that like button and the subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you never miss an episode. Your support helps us bring and keep this thing coming. So if you like these deep dive into analytics, go right now and hit the subscribe button and let's get right back into it. So let's start on the Democratic side, where the early primary dynamics are already coming to light. After decades of Iowa being the first state in the primary for both sides of the aisle, the DNC has decided to prioritize South Carolina. Because it's a very moderate state in their eyes, and they believe it could help push moderate voters to get out and vote and try to make moderate candidates actually come to light. And another part of this is because of the rise of the Democratic Socialists of America in the year of 2026. And party leaders want to test candidates that, like I just said, would appeal to moderate voters in these battleground states right out of the gate. So now let's look at some of the figures that could be running for president on the Democratic side. You have names like Kamala Harris, John Ossoff, Gavin Newsom, and AOC. And all these people are some of the top voter picks and interest right now. So if a moderate candidate like John Ossoff or Kamala Harris secures an early win in South Carolina, it creates a significantly early momentum for both of them. But as campaigns consolidate down the line, and as the field could narrow down to a contest between, California Governor Gavin Newsom and former Vice President of the United States Kamala Harris. If Gavin Newsom wins the nomination and pairs that with AOC as his vice presidential choice, it unites the party's establishment and progressive factions into a high-profile ticket. I'm not saying this ticket would be any necessarily strong ticket. I'm not even saying that it would actually be a common sense ticket for them. I'm just saying that'd be their best picks, if that tells you how bad the Democratic Party is doing right now. So now let's switch over to the people with common sense, that being the Republican Party. So let's first cover who's not going to be running. The people that are not going to be running are going to be displayed on screen right now. And with those candidates coming in, let's move on to the people that are going to be the heavy deciding factors of 2028 for the Republican Party. This is going to open up the field, including Vice President J.D. Vance of Ohio, Secretary of State Marco Rubio of Florida, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, Texas Senator Ted Cruz, and Kentucky Senator Rand Paul, and finally, Louisiana Senator John Kennedy. As the debates progress, this would likely narrow down the field to Vance, Rubio, DeSantis, and Cruz. Current tracking indicates that a strong early backing for a combination of J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio would be a powerful ticket for the Republican Party, with a Vance-Rubio ticket pair, with the populist economic appeal and the establishment foreign policy experience. Placing Vance at the top of the ticket with Rubio in the vice presidential position would be a very powerful ticket for the Republican Party. Now let's bring up our official The Will Talk Show 2028 Electoral College Map Prediction. This is super early, but on screen we're going to walk state by state through how this matchup plays out. So let's first cover the safe states. So all the states that are in deep red would be your Republican states. These states have almost no concern of flipping in 2028. And the ones in blue are the ones that the Democrats have no chance of flipping to the Republicans. So that gives the Democratic base 226 electoral college votes to the Republican Party's base of 219 electoral college votes. And as you can see, there are 7 states left, that being the critical 2 southern states of North Carolina and Georgia, the critical western Sunbelt states of Arizona and Nevada, and the critical Rust Belt states that are known as the Blue Wall, in which Donald Trump broke, as he proclaimed a lot back in 2016. Those states are including the state of Michigan, the state of Wisconsin, and the state of Pennsylvania. So let's go into how we think this election is going to turn out in those 7 swing states. So in the all-critical state of Georgia, I believe it would go to the Republican Party, and North Carolina would also go to the Republican Party, being 2 Republican holds. With Rubio's Sunbelt appeal on the Republican ticket, the Vance Rubio ticket would most likely secure both critical battleground states. I believe that with the strong border policy that Marco Rubio and Vance hold, and them being 2 very good candidates, I believe that they can also hold Arizona and Nevada. Maybe Nevada goes Democrat, maybe it doesn't. But I believe, as of right now, Arizona and Nevada will go and stay red. I do believe that Wisconsin and Michigan will be critical to the win of will be critical for Republicans to win. So I believe that Vance's Rust Belt populist roots resonating with blue-collar voters across the upper Midwest, pulling Wisconsin and Michigan into the Republican column would be probably the most common sense answer, considering he knows what the Rust Belt needs. He understands the issues of the Rust Belt, and I believe that would be a very strong place for him to be at. And it will all come down to the all-critical state of Pennsylvania, the ultimate tipping point state. This has decided presidential elections for decades. So, where do I believe Pennsylvania will lean? I personally believe that it will lean Republican. You see all these states that I've just mentioned. I know I seem far right or I seem crazy Republican, but I can assure you I'm not. I do believe that J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio could do 312 just like Donald Trump did. I believe that they can do it. I believe that because I believe they're brilliant people, both of them, I believe they can do it. I believe they can do 312 electoral votes to Gavin Newsom and AOC's 226 electoral college votes. It would be really easy for Marco Rubio and J.D. Vance to do that. It would be super easy. Not saying it would be an easy race, just saying they'd probably be the better two to actually do it. So as you can see right here, displayed on screen, you would see that J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio would get 312 and the Democrats would only get 226. So when you step back from all the polling numbers, state maps, and political strategies, it is always good to keep a bigger perspective on what our country is heading into. Proverbs 21:1, King James Version says, "The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will." No matter who enters the White House, or how the electoral map shapes up in 2028. Leaders come and go, but God remains in the ultimate control of our future, and he remains the same God of always. That is our complete breakdown and electoral map prediction for 2028. How would you fill out your electoral college map? Do you agree that Vance and Rubio would be able to take Michigan and Wisconsin? Or do you think that AOC and Gavin Newsom would sweep the Rust Belt? Drop your full map predictions in the comments below. I'll read every single comment, so leave a comment. Tell me, well, your opinion, because I love them. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to The Will Talk Show, and share this video. God bless you. God bless the great Commonwealth of Kentucky. And God bless these United States. I'll see you next time on The Will Talk Show. Godspeed to all of you.